Carlos,
Hello.
how you doing, brother?
Okay, so far.
Welcome to the channel. You're speaking with USA Fox, and I'm here to give a voice to the voiceless. Where you from, brother?
Originally, I'm from Brigantine.
All right, nice area, huh?
Wasn't too bad.
That's next to AC?
Right next to it, yep.
Okay. How old are you?
37.
37. So what brought you out to these parts? We in Woodbury, New Jersey right now, but your girlfriend told me y'all mostly be out Camden.
Yeah, for the most part, we are out in Camden. I mean, we travel around a little bit to get away from it every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I don't know, getting increasingly tough out there.
Okay. Are you currently dealing with any drug addiction today?
I am.
What are you currently addicted to?
Heroin and cocaine
How often are you using these substances?
daily.
How many times a day would you say?
Depends on the amount of money made, but I mean, at least twice to, yeah, about 10 times a day.
How are you managing to accumulate revenue?
Multiple ways, but primarily panhandling, and I have a couple family members who do send me some money every now and again.
A couple of family members that do what, I'm sorry?
That do send money every now and again.
Send you money?
Mhm.
Okay. How much would you say you're making daily off panhandling?
Between 10 to maybe 30. It depends on the last person.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what's your thoughts on these drugs and what they're doing to the body?
They're getting worse. Uh, I've been addicted on drugs since I was 19, so that puts me at 18 years. So another year, half my life, I've been doing it, and it's definitely changed from when I first started to what it is now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can agree on that. How were you introduced?
I started by smoking weed.
Okay. A lot of people say that was really the gateway drug for you, huh?
Actually, no. It was when I started to drink. That really opened up the doors.
When you started to drink, that's when you started to dibble and
That's
dabble with the other.
really when the doors opened up. I've noticed, like with drinking, people don't just drink.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got, whether it be benzos or cocaine or weed. It doesn't matter. I've noticed, like with weed, there were just weed heads, but when it came to alcohol, no, there was just, yeah, that door exploded with alcohol.
Okay, 19. What was your life like before the drugs?
It was rough. I mean, I did grow up in a house, but there were 6 siblings, so there was constant fighting for over things. Um, I mean, my parents were there, but they weren't there.
Did drugs run in the family at all or not?
Crazy enough, my mom and my dad, no. They didn't smoke. My dad would have a beer every now and again, but as far as like drugs, no.
So how do they feel about your drug addiction?
They find it weird, but like, again, it's not just with me, but half my siblings we use and the other half do not.
Okay. Do they try to get you the help you needed?
I think personally the reason why they do help with money is like they created the monster, like they didn't stop it as it was growing. Now they feel personally again like I think they feel guilty about it, so they'd rather just throw money at the situation.
They feel as though they created the monster?
As opposed to like saying no to certain things or like you can't go to that party. I mean, and again, if you're purchasing your child alcohol before 21, purchasing cigarettes and stuff like that, then yeah.
Okay. I understand. They were kind of opening that door for you.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like they were just doing it, but like if they needed me to like babysit my brother, it would be like, take him with your friends. But when I brought him back, of course, I would get like tobacco products or alcohol when I grew up. But you know what I mean? Like when they would ask me to do like a favor outside the norm.
Now your girlfriend told me you guys met in rehab. Was it rehab?
We were
These
both in rehab, yeah, but it wasn't until I got out into sober living and my sister was still in the rehab, and that's how I met her.
Okay.
But at the time, yeah, I was in the sober living, and she came out very soon after.
What was that like? What brought y'all together?
I don't know. She was just someone easy to talk to, and I mean, at the time, we both, I think, had like 10 or 11 years on the streets. And, you know, it was just someone that could relate.
Were you guys able to stay clean when you left that sober living together?
At
A
the
little, I
time,
mean,
yeah, for a
a little
little
while.
bit, but it didn't last long. A lot of things were deteriorating at once. It was, I don't know, for me, I guess it was a lot different for me than for her experience. Just to like kind of watch the same people that help build you up take you down, it was, I don't know, bizarre.
Mm. The same people who helped build you up take you down, as far as who?
Like, for instance, it was just like, when I first got to the sober living house, they were helpful with like rides and looking for jobs and stuff like that.
Okay,
And then
okay.
after excelling and all that, it was just like they added more mandates on the things that had to be done at the program and just rougher, less help. So,
Yeah, I can understand that taking a toll as far as them like stopping to help you and stuff like that.
well, it wasn't just that, it was the job as well. And then like I was trying to reconnect with the family. So that there was already like emotionally rough, but whether or not they forgive and try to move on, that's their choice. I can only attempt to try to mend things.
Now, were you already introduced to the Camden scene before you met your girlfriend, or did she kind of bring you out there?
She brought me out there.
Brought you out there. What would you say it's like out there, as opposed to where you are used to?
Completely like a complete 180.
A 180.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I was homeless and on the streets before, but like as far as like violence goes, um, not as kind people. Just some of the things that I've seen or happened, like, yeah. Like,
Okay.
I would get my fill in like 2 weeks out in Camden of what I would probably see in like a year or two out there.
Now, what's the craziest thing you've seen out there in Camden, New Jersey?
I've seen a lady almost get raped literally half a block away from a cop sitting there watching. I've watched people have seizures, overdoses, myself personally, like coming back from the dead twice. Just, fighting and gunshots, like gunshot galore out there. I don't think I've ever heard a gunshot in my life until I went out there.
You done been through it all, huh, in them 3 years out Camden, New Jersey?
It's unfortunate, but
Right,
your
right.
lifestyle, as I would always tell people, life is what you make it.
Mm-hmm. So what's your ethnicity?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Okay, okay. So where were you at before Camden, New Jersey? Was it Atlantic City or?
It was Brigantine, Atlantic City, Egg Harbor City, and Hamilton primarily.
Okay, and it wasn't as rough being homeless on those streets as opposed to Camden.
No, or at least I must have been lucky and kept away from most of that. But again, like those city is definitely. I mean, Atlantic City would be the closest thing to come to Camden. Not to say Atlantic City was nice or easier. It just, I don't know. I guess people weren't as calloused yet out there as they were out here.
Now, Los, I understand you're homeless, but like, what's your current living arrangements? Do you have a shelter or bando to go to or anything like that?
Used to have a tent, but now we're literally sleeping on cardboard and blankets.
For the people who don't know, what's that like? And waking up in the morning, like,
You go to bed tired, you wake up even more tired. But really, it's paranoia, anxiety, because you don't know what's about to happen. You also feel like people take these moments, like for instance, even with panhandling, it seems like when you ask for change or whatever, people seriously use that time to just spew venom at you. So it's like you're constantly like on your cell phone guard. But if you deal with the law, you already lost. So it's rough.
where do you see yourself in the next 6 months, Carlos?
Hopefully sober, but I mean, I don't know. It's going to take some help and commitment But right now, myself personally, just this past year in and of itself, I'm like in a fog right now. Like normally I would have a plan or something else in mind on the back burner, but right now I really don't know.
I appreciate your honesty, Los. You got to develop something, man. We got to get that mind thinking. You got to stop taking drugs every day. You got. Sorry, I spoke to your girlfriend. She relayed the information to me. You got a seed to provide for, right?
As well, I have 4. We do have 2 together, and I did just have my first son.
You ever wake up kind of like motivated and wanting to like stop using for your children?
If I was given the offer, yeah, absolutely.
You was given the offer. You have it.
If it
You
was,
have it.
well, I
You
talked
always
to
have it.
um,
Every day you wake up, you have it. You have a choice every day.
That's true. I mean, I don't know. Everything nowadays is more like accelerated. So,
True. True.
but I mean, I understand building and growing things for the future, but if it's going to take 2 or 3 years, it's kind of like at that point, by the time I could get them back, the state could have already given them away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What type of future do you see for them, or do you want for them?
My first 2 kids, I could honestly see them when they turn 18 that they would come look for me. Honestly,
That they what?
that they would come look for me.
Come look for you?
Yeah, I honestly believe that. My other 2, they're still newborns, no older than our relationship. So
And how old are the ones that's close to 18?
my 2 oldest daughters, 14 and 12.
And they might have to come look for you. You gotta take the initiative yourself. They
Yeah,
need
I
you.
mean, I do see them when I can. It's just, again, when you're not allowed near them and if you're caught around them to be threatened with, like, okay, they're already with their grandparents, which is bad enough, but if I'm caught seeing my kids, that my grandparents would lose them, yeah, hope isn't really there anymore.
And why aren't you allowed around them?
From what I'm told, like, because I refuse to work with DIFUS. I've had my case closed with them 4 different times, and after the 4th time, I asked them, like, why do they keep coming back? And apparently anybody can call, anyone, and they open it right back up.
Why do you think they keep coming back?
Me personally, in my life, I've seen people would rather see me fall in any which way possible. I do great things. I can be great. But the jealousy and hate, I don't know, people are who they are. I've given up trying to figure that out.
Right. I understand. I can respect it. What type of things were you good at, or what were you into before all of this? What type of skills do you possess?
I'll just mention my last job. I had absolutely no experience in carpentry and stuff like that. I worked for $1 million boat company, and within 6 months, I was already promoted up to the management level and was told simply because of my inexperience that, like, pretty much I would have been third in command there. But because of other people with having experience, and I don't, and I get it, kind of, to a certain extent, but yeah, because of that, I was held down a little bit further than I should have been. I went from there again. I went into this boating company with 0 experience to where I was in charge of the receiving company, the receiving department, excuse me. I was allowed to make the purchases. I was making purchase orders. And again, it's stressful when you're moving fucking $500,000 parts and knowing if it gets damaged, someone's going to have to pay. But again, to be granted that type of trust too, I don't think you really give that to anybody.
Right. You have a hard work ethic, dude.
I mean, every job that I've had by the time my probationary period is over, I've already hit management. So, I mean, I'm a good worker. I I'm smart. I like to take initiative. It's just, I don't know.
Did you ever attempt college, man? You seem very intelligent.
It's funny. No, I never went to college. However, everybody else that went to college after me, they thought I was in college, and I was helping people do their college homework. And so I kind of have it, but not really.
Right. Los, you're 39, right?
37.
37? Still got your whole life ahead of you, man. What do you want to do with it?
If I could change a couple things, one, like, I heard you say if you had 3 wishes, what would you do?
Right.
If I had 3 wishes, I would love to have my kids back, whether it be an apartment or a house. I would love that, and just an opportunity to show what I can do in a job. Doesn't really matter which. I just know I have faith in myself that I can excel.
How about your addiction? Do you want to conquer this? Do you want to beat it, or?
In addiction, it's all the same, whether it's methadone, Suboxone, or heroin. I mean, I guess it's just less damage on the body. But again, whether I smoke cigarettes or I vape, the bus is coming.
Okay.
But whether I smoke cigarettes, vape, it doesn't matter.
All right, I'm about to wrap it up. Are you religious at all?
Yeah, I am Catholic.
Okay. God bless you, sir. Are you afraid to die?
No. In fact, I should have been dead 3 times over.
All right. Pay you for the interview since your bus is here, sir.
Sorry about that.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Hi, guys. USA Fox here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.